Good morning, Whitehead Wildcats.
Good morning, Whitehead Wildcats. Buenos dias, Whitehead Wildcats.
Buenos dias, Whitehead Wildcats. Today is Thursday, April 28th, and it is National Blueberry Pie Day.
It sounds yummy. Now we're going to continue reading the Gwendolyn book. Soon Gwendolyn headed off to college, where she devoured thick boots of poetry, Dixon, Wordsworth, and Hughes, and penned poems about her family and friends. After graduation, jobs were still hard to come by, and poems did not pay the bills. So Gwendolyn found work wherever she could, cleaning homes, typing, and even making deliveries. Then along came Henry, a handsome man who adored poetry too. The two married and squeezed into a tiny apartment in a black neighborhood where they were supposed to live. A year later, baby Henry arrived. A busy wife and mother, Gwendolyn continued to write. She took a poetry class at night where she studied modern poems with different lengths, lines, unpredictable meter, and time. She created unique poems about the non-stop busyness, the hard luck grittiness of her life in her South Side Chicago neighborhood, Brownsville, where businesses boomed on 47th Street, where hardworking families did not have enough to eat, where people jumped and jived to a new jazzy beat, and Gwendolyn kept polishing her words until they sparkled like silver summer clouds. I am proud to feature people and their concerns, their troubles as well as their joys. Eventually, one of her poems won a contest, then another, and another. Some were published in a famous poetry journal, but they still couldn't pay the bills. Even without electricity, Gwendolyn kept writing by candlelight, stories about life on her busy Brownsville streets. I wrote about what I saw and heard in the street. And she kept dreaming about a future that was going to be exquisite. Then, one day, beneath a promising patch of clouds, she gathered her finest poems, stories, and hardship up and hope, slid them into an envelope, and mailed them to a book publisher in New York City. Then she waited and worried and wondered, what would the stories and people, would they like stories about people in her neighborhood? Soon a letter arrived. The publisher wanted more, twice as many as before. So Gwendolyn composed poems in different forms, free verse, ballads, sonnets. She wrote about brave soldiers like her brother, fighting for a country that didn't give anyone equal rights. She wrote about a poor man named Satin Legs Smith, who financed fine clothes. She wrote about understanding your identity, who you are on the inside. Her tired fingers wrote all day and night, until finally she had enough to send to the publisher. Before long, another letter arrived. Gwendolyn grabbed the envelope, ran into the bathroom and locked the door. Hands trembling, she opened it. The publisher loved her poems. Soon they became a beautiful book, A Street in Brownsville. But Gwendolyn had more stories to share, important stories about a young girl growing up, getting married and starting her own family in a city where people judged others by the color of their skin. Those powerful poems became her second book, Annie Allen. Gwendolyn's words drifted into the world like bright, brilliant clouds. Her poems helped people better understand others. They encouraged people to take a closer look at themselves. They changed the way some people thought and acted. But even 2 books couldn't pay all the bills. Money was tighter than ever. Yet everywhere she looked, Gwendolyn saw more stories that needed to be told. So she kept writing. Then one cloudy day in May, Gwendolyn's electricity was turned off, again. Suddenly the phone in her dark apartment started ringing. Was it another bill collector? She hesitated, then picked up the phone. A reporter on the other end asked the question, Do you know that you have won the Pulitzer Prize? Gwendolyn couldn't believe it. She grabbed her son and danced around the apartment. Outside, exquisite clouds exploded in the sunset sky because Gwendolyn had won the greatest prize in poetry.
Gwendolyn faced a lot of hard times in her life. She never gave up. She knew people could relate to her poetry in one way or another. It took her many years to get recognized, but she did it, and you all can too. Stick to what you love and enjoy like Gwendolyn did, and it can pay off for you in the end as well. Who knows, maybe we have a famous writer among us all our halls in Whitehead.
We finally have a birthday today after a couple days of having no birthdays. It is 4th grader Maritza I. We also have birthdays over the long weekend. 5th grader Yazalyn V. First grader Ezekiel R. 2nd grader Serenity A. and Desire E. 1st grader Zemina M. and 3rd grader Jordan N. Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Head on down to the office for your birthday surprise.
For lunch today, we will have walking taco or grilled cheese, grated tomatoes, refried beans, applesauce, and condensed. You will not have breakfast tomorrow because there is no school for students. Breakfast on Monday will be a breakfast bar and cheese stick with applesauce.
Please stand up for the pledge in Spanish. Yo prometo lealtad a la banderas y Estados Unidos de América y a la república que representa una nación bajo Dios indivisible con libertad y justicia para todos. Time for the Whitehead Creed. We are the Whitehead community. We honor and respect each other. We are safe and kind. We believe in justice. We work hard to excel in learning. We are all different, and that's what makes us great. Have a truthful Thursday, everyone. Aloha.